Jaden Ivey with a nice bounce inside, and Stu scores.
Nice first possession.
Here come the Bulls the other way in a hurry. Okoro to the basket, off a dish from Jones, and he scores, and we're tied 2-2. Bounce deep. Paul Reed with a nice looking reverse, but it didn't drop. Bulls run it out.
Go in for Paul Reed, and they waited to get back.
I was too. Jaden Ivey whips it to Duncan Robinson. Corner three is through. Rebound Okoro. Trey Jones with a lob and a flush for Buzelis. Jaden gets a screen from Stu. Gives it up to Paul Reed. This is a long gun. Banked it in.
Oh,
why not?
He deserved that after those first two rolled out.
See what happens when you live right? Buzelis to the basket on the other end. That's what they say when Greg's on the golf course.
Oh, yeah, right.
On top to Paul Reed. Reed inside for Stu. Soft lefty hook, and he hit it. Duncan Robinson to the lane. Bounces to Ron Holland. He'll take it to the basket, lay it up, and lay it in.
Good move, good decision. But traditionally, a good three-point shooter, but struggled last year, struggling now.
Yeah. I'm sure he's wondering where that went. Jaden Ivey with a great gun on the run that goes. Danish Jenkins with the basketball. Danish to the baseline. In front to Stu. Hooks and hits over Vucevic.
Did you see Vucevic's reaction, George? He immediately looked down like, what am I going to do?
The Sumu to the basket off the high glass, and he hit it. After his team puts on a performance like that. They were soft as butter. Here is Stu inside for a hook, and he hit it. Here comes Danish Jenkins to forecourt, topside to Stu. Stu will take it right to the basket, flip it up off the glass and in.
All right, now he's doing a number.
Throws a shot up that won't fall. Vucevic with a rebound. Vucevic will try to do something against Stu now, and he does. A quick flip from the baseline. Sideline to Karis LeVert. Danish Jenkins with a drive and a scoop and a score. One more. Jones with a basketball for the Bulls. Down the lane, off the high glass, no. Vucevic with a rebound, falling down, gets it to Sumu, who scored. LeVert bounces to Stu. Stu off the square for a score. He is unstoppable by this Bulls contingent. Vucevic to Patrick Williams. Marcus Sasser is checked in for the Pistons. Shot from the top to Patrick Williams. Sasser ran at him late. Holbrook with the rebound. Desumu's not going to stop. He goes right to the rack, scoops and scores.
They're coming, folks. They're coming at you. The Bulls is the exact reason he's coming in.
Right. Here's Desumu to the basket off the high glass, and he hit it. Paul Reed on the perimeter, clock at 4. Flips to Duncan Robinson. Here's a long gun, and goes right down the middle. Gives it up to Jaden Ivey. Triple try, no. Buzelis with a rebound, falling down. Lost it. Paul Reed finds it to the rim, and he laid it in.
Great job. Great job of just being alert and not a twisted or rolled ankle.
Herter on the other end trying to get inside. Outside of Desumu. Desumu to the basket, flips it up and fills it up. He is rolling right now. Sasser to Paul Reed, lobs it deep. Asar quickly off the glass as he's fallen down for a score. Vucevic for the Bulls. Off into the corner to Jones, topside Buzelis. Nice pump fake, and he tripled.
That was poised.
Desumu against Jaden Ivey. Vucevic heads back to Desumu. Back to Vuce in front, fires, fills it up. Good two-man basketball.
Some of the contact that happens after that, clean contact on the ball, they let it go.
Yeah. The league becoming an incidental contact league. Got the second one. Pistons get the Bulls stopped. And Jaden Ivey gets to the rim to lay it in. Jarrett Jack, one of his confidants, talking with Cade on the bench. Danish Jenkins to the lane. Lobs to Stu. Vucevic on the floor against Stu. Finding his way in front, the shots are round and down. They're turning it over, and that's what kept them from having a lead. But there's a great lob from Jones to Buzelis. Jaden Ivey whips a pass to Paul Reed. Low post against Buzelis. Basket cut by Assar. Great dish from Paul, and a dynamite dunk. And tied at 54. Vucevic hands to Herder. In front to Vooch. Flips it up, fills it up. Star Thompson with a bounce to Paul Reed. Duncan Robinson with a gun from the top, and it drops as he hits the floor. That's a triple. Pistons lose it to the Bulls. Herder gets to the basket for a jam. And
it can have an impact when you come back. The letdown, so to speak, that's normal, natural.
Buzelis got Paul Reed on the shot. Takes it down to the other end and triples from the corner. Now,
I can't tell you how big that was.
He's everything on this Piston offensive side. But Buzelis is trying to match him on the other end. Buzelis with a three. Paul Reed on the Piston end. Top side for Stu. This for three. And it's through.
Stu to the rescue.
Isaiah Stewart's night. Holland to the baseline. Swatted. No. Off the deck to Patrick Williams. Ahead to Herder to the basket for a score. Duncan Robinson with a bounce to Paul Reed. Tried to lob it inside for Ron Holland. It was batted away. Paul picks it up and scores it. Why not? He knows exactly what to do. Javante puts it down. He was tripped. Hits the deck. Bulls rush it to forecourt. Dosunmu's wide open, and he hits a triple. The 70. Ron Holland now has it in the corner. Holland trying to bowl his way to the basket, and does for a deuce. That's the hard way, but that's okay. Dosunmu. Cross-court pass swipe by Javante Green. Javante lays it in. Down to 16 seconds left in the third. Jenkins with a drive. Shoots a pass outside to Karras Levert, and he triples. Nice setup by Danis. What can be bad about that? Pistons with a rally late in the third. They trail by one. The Bulls at one point led by 7. And Javante Green and couldn't finish. Danis Jenkins into the corner. Lanier fires and fills it. Nice to see him hit that in-between jumper. On Holland with a rebound for the Pistons. Run. Stop and go, and a drive and dunk. Trey Jones off penetration. Ends up in the hands of Herder. Misses another long one. Buzelis from the top for the Bulls, and that one drops. And that's a three. Herder's trying to decide whether he wants to shoot it or not.
Javante Green could lead the league in steals if he had the minutes.
And Chaz Lanier connects from downtown.
Folks, this is why J.B. Bickerstaff is doing probably the best coaching job in the NBA. He just knows when to push the right buttons. Now here's a guy helping the Pistons right now in Chaz Lanier.
Rebound tapped to Jenkins by Lanier. Danis with a drive. Isaiah Stewart with a slam, and that's a new career high. Rather for Okoro for the Bulls. Paul Reed with a shot. Yes! Piston coaches don't like it, but they do have the basketball with 2:18 left. Stu to the basket against Vucevic. Hooked and hits. Isaiah Stewart has passed that 30-point plateau. He has 17 rebounds as well. Danis Jenkins to Stu. Back inside. And a dunk. And the crowd's on its feet. They know this was a hard-earned victory.
They also know the Pistons persevered, hung in there, and found a way to win. It's what good teams do.
They played some Detroit basketball.